Hello, everyone, and welcome in or welcome back if you've been here before to Weeds, Whiskers, and Wine. I'm Jason, and this is part two of a video series I'm doing on greenhouse preparation, pretty much. And it's pretty straightforward. In this part of the session, I'm going to be putting together my new raised garden bed here in the greenhouse. And if you happen to catch part one of this series, that's where I removed a rack similar to the one you see on the right hand side of the screen. I took that rack that had all my succulent plants, or a large portion of my succulent plants, and I moved it all down to my patio, down to the lower part of my yard. And I'm going to just take care of those down there. And as you can see, by getting rid of that rack, it freed up quite a bit of space, which I'm going to use for growing, because I've always been so extremely limited with what I can grow up there. Just didn't really make any sense. So that all being said, I'd say we go ahead and dive on into this thing. Let's go. I'm only going to need a set of bricks here and here. Utilize those bricks already. So when I built the last ones, or when I put the last ones together, I don't really consider this building, but whatever, for lack of a better word, I guess. When I did the other garden beds, I coated the wood, as well as these racks right here. I coated the wood in this stuff, and this is a really good protectant for wood. It gets inside there and it kind of hardens the wood. It waterproofs it. It says hardens wood, retards wood deterioration, permanently densifies it, and it's environmentally friendly. So a lot of gardeners and yard people have used this stuff and have praised it quite well. But in this case, I'm not going to do that for these. I'm going to see what happens if I don't treat them. I just kind of want to see if this stuff is really helping these. These have been around for, 7 years now, and they're still doing good. But I'm just going to throw these in as is. Last piece of the puzzle? Well, sort of the last piece of the puzzle. Look at that. Boom. And there we have it. Start removing some of this gravel. right. Now what I'm going to do is just dump in a little bit of soil for now. Basically what I got left. I typically will have a bunch of soil delivered. They drop it off on the driveway. I get it from a place a couple miles up the road here. I have all kinds of different soils, and I typically do that, but I have like quite a few of these bags on hand that I just want to use and get rid of. And this is good soil. I've used it before. I'm just going to use it to top these off and to fill pretty much this entire thing. I don't know if I quite have enough, but regardless, I'm going to use it. It's not going to go to waste. Yeah. So I got the first layer of soil in there in this bed, so I'm gonna have to get some more, probably from that source I was talking about earlier. I'm gonna use these last two bags to top off these here, because I gotta get some plants going in there ASAP, as I was mentioning before. So let's go ahead and do that. Oops. Sorry, I'm not too graceful with all of this. I'm still figuring it all out, so bear with me. There you go. That's probably a good spot, huh? Yeah. All right. Is it a good spot? Maybe over here, huh? Maybe that's better. Take this guy down. Oh, shoot. Let's do this. All right, guys, so it's probably a week or so later, and now I'm gonna start fixing up these garden beds here. Eliminate some of this drip. I'm gonna put in the little spray nozzles that I like to use. They spray low to the ground, and I think I can get away with using one here and possibly two over in this bed. I'm gonna focus on these two beds first, and then once I'm done with these two beds, we'll go ahead and work on the third bed. All right, so the little drip nozzles or little sprayers that I was talking about are these. They're fantastic. You can get them pretty much only on Amazon. I really like these ones. I've tried many, and these ones are adjustable, and they have good circumference when they spray. So I highly suggest them. I'll try to provide a link if I can figure out how to do that. I'm new to this, so no, I'm kidding. I'll provide a link to them. So anyway, that's them. Take a good look. Go ahead and probably throw two of those in there. Cut this out, and this is actual drip, and I don't want to use that in here anymore. I just want to use the sprayers. So I'm going to go ahead and get to cutting that. I did bring some additional line. This is hang on a minute. This is the line without the drip in it, it's just solid tubing. So I'll run this with one of these at the end. Let me clip this first. Kind of a pain when it's all curled like that, but eventually the curls come out. So I'll get rid of this. All right, let's do this here. Let's just use a standard adapter here, little splicer. Get these out of our way for now. I think I'm going to be able to get away with 2 sprayers, so I'm hoping these work for vegetables. I mean, I don't know how much of a science there is. I just know you don't really want to get the leaves wet. I'm just going to stake these in. These don't do much yet, but once the soil starts to become wet, those stakes will stay in there pretty good. Thought I had T connectors. Do I? Wait a minute. Should. T connector. So what I will do is oh, and I decided to come out here in the afternoon, by the way, because it's a lot cooler. The sun's gone behind my trees over here, and it gets a lot cooler, and I don't have to run that loud fan, so you can actually hear me. So, all right, here we go. Right here? Yeah. Right here, just like this. Looks good to me. Look good? And we're gonna grab one of these. Make sure it's all the way. Unscrew as much as you can until, but to where it doesn't come off. And then just kind of shimmy it in there. You'll feel it if it's snug. Then screw this down tight, as tight as you can. Hopefully both these nozzles are good. You know, that's the thing. When you order these little products in bulk, they're great little products, but you get a bad one here and there. And that doesn't bother me. Doesn't bother me at all. These are some of the best little mini sprinkler heads I've used. All right, so that'll do it for that one. And I'm gonna go ahead and get some tomatoes popped in here. I'm gonna check around for the spiders. I gotta get rid of all these webs. There's not too many. I haven't been up here in a little over a week since the last little segment of this video. I think I'm gonna put a couple tomato plants in there. So I've grown these tomato plants again through the little hydro system that I have down below. And I don't know, it seems like they didn't take too well this time around. I don't know what's going on this time around. I'll figure it out. I mean, they're starting to sprout back. You know, they were dying off for a minute. And they're starting to come back. I'm sure once I put them in here, these things are going to grow like crazy. And I got to figure out how to attack these spider mites. So, again, I'm on repeat with these things. If anybody out there knows how to tackle spider mites effectively with minimal to medium effort, I don't want to spend my life up here trying to get rid of spider mites. I just want to be able to quickly either reduce them or knock them all the way out, whatever. I'm more than willing to try anything, so I appreciate it. You see, these ones are wilting. I don't know. I don't know what happened. I think they were getting a little too hot out there. They were down there underneath my patio cover. These ones I should have planted a while back, but I wasn't ready. Like I was saying, I'm actually late in the game for planting stuff. I'm usually planted quite sooner. I do not know what type of tomato plants these are. I don't. I got the seeds from a buddy of mine, gave me a whole box full of different seeds, and these said tomato variety. And they were all individually packaged in these little clear bags. He had no idea what they were. We'll see when they grow. I'm gonna keep them far apart anyway, just in case. All right, I'm going to go ahead and wrap up this session here at what I'd like to call garden bed number 1. And before I say anything else, I first and foremost just want to thank any one of you that have made it this far along in my video. I'm having a really good time making these videos, and I'd hope that you guys are having a really good time watching them. And even if you guys are just sort of having a good time watching them, I would really appreciate it if you guys hit that subscribe button. Not only does this help my channel, but honestly, it's also just really encouraging to see people coming back and checking out my videos. Now, I would like to mention that you may want to keep an eye out for part 3 of this gardening session. I'll be finishing up garden beds 2 and 3. We'll call them beds 2 and 3. And finally getting the water turned on so we can see how everything's functioning in there. All right. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you at the next one.